Have you ever wondered what goes on in the mind of a narcissist when they realize they have truly lost you? Will they try to win you back, or simply move on without any regrets? If you've ever been curious about what happens after a relationship with a narcissist ends, this video will provide you with some surprising insights. Today, we'll delve into the inner world of a narcissist, as they come to terms with the fact that you slipped out of their grasp forever. You've exposed their lies and manipulations, and now they must face the consequences. So, what's their next move? How will they react? Join me as we explore the intriguing psychology behind a narcissist's actions when they realize you are gone for good. They feel shocked and in disbelief. The fact that you dared to leave the narcissist, stepping out of the kingdom they painstakingly built, is like a hard slap to their enormous ego. They're stunned, unable to believe this harsh reality. In their eyes, you were lucky to be chosen by them, even though the truth is, they only drained, exploited, and trampled on your emotions. But admitting they're not as special as they imagine is too difficult for them, so they choose to deny the truth. Lulling themselves with irrational justifications, they convince themselves that you'll soon realize your mistake and come crawling back to them. During this stage, they may stay silent, hiding in the shadows, waiting for their prey to fall back into their trap. Or, more cunningly, they might bait you with subtle actions, such as liking your social media posts or inquiring about you through mutual acquaintances, reminding you of their presence and ensuring they linger in your thoughts. Narcissistic individuals are often predictable. They always crave what is out of reach. Like the forbidden fruit effect, the harder something is to obtain, the more they desire it. Since their inner world is filled with a vast emptiness, this longing is even more intense than that of an average person. And you know what? Narcissists never pursue ordinary people. If they once pursued you, it's because you're extraordinary, bringing much value to the relationship. When they recognize this, they'll do whatever it takes to pull you back in. They'll come back no matter how long it's been. Don't be surprised if one day the narcissist suddenly reappears, sweet and earnest as if nothing ever happened. They might text, call, or even show up in person to pull you back. But don't let this fool you, and don't delude yourself into thinking they've changed. The reality is, they're just trying to fill the void in their life by exploiting you once again. If you soften under their sweet words and fake gestures, they'll quickly flip the script. They'll blame you, turning you into a dumping ground for all their negativity. Remember, letting them back into your life means reopening the door to the cycle of abuse. You'll be love-bombed again, then devalued, hurt, and ultimately abandoned once more. So, stand firm in maintaining no contact. Don't let them sneak back into your life. Focus on healing yourself, building a new life, and safeguarding your happiness. If you want to learn more about the narcissist's pulling tactics, and more importantly how to become immune to them, keep watching this video. Get ready, because what I'm about to share may make you shudder at the cunning nature of narcissists. They use tricks to pull you back in. They will return with an entirely new person, polished, kind, considerate, and full of vitality. They'll say all the words you've longed to hear, do things that touch your heart, and even apologize in a way that seems sincere. They'll make you believe they've turned over a new leaf, that the old version of them is gone, replaced by a better, upgraded version. Beware of the sweet trap called love bombing. This is the gateway to the cycle of narcissistic abuse, whether it's the first time or yet another return. They will come back looking perfect, like the true love you've always dreamed of. Their sweet words and caring actions will mislead you into believing they've changed, that this time things will be different. But alas, it's all a meticulously staged act designed to lull you into a false sense of security. Remember, in a relationship with a narcissist, you're always served a toxic 3-course meal. Appetizer, love bombing. They will shower you with praise and idealization, making you feel like you've found the perfect love. Main course, devaluation. Over time, you'll be worn down by cold words, disdainful actions and betrayal. Desert, discarding once you're drained and exhausted, they'll toss you aside without a second thought. This is the classic cycle of narcissistic abuse, a painful vortex that traps so many. You'll be drawn back into their toxic spiral, initially worshipped and adored, only to be devalued, mistreated, and eventually abandoned. The cruel cycle repeats itself, leaving you drowning in misery and confusion. Let's imagine you've become strong enough to resist all their attempts to lure you back. The love bombing no longer dazzles you, and their sweet words can't sway your firm stance. You've become entirely immune to their manipulative tactics. Not only have you cut off all contact, but you're also focusing on healing and rebuilding yourself. All your time, energy, thoughts, and resources are devoted to loving, caring for, and improving yourself. You're on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. And then what happens? Will the narcissist bow their head and quietly accept defeat? It's not that simple, my friends. Stay tuned for the next part of the video. And by the way, if you have any stories to share about your post-breakup experience with a narcissist, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and connect with you. This is a safe space for those who have been hurt by narcissistic individuals, a place for healing and understanding. They slander you. When the narcissist realizes their tricks no longer work, that they can no longer control, manipulate, or exploit you, they don't give up easily. Instead of accepting defeat, they shift to a new battleground, where your honor and reputation become their primary targets. According to Dr. Craig Malkin, author of Rethinking Narcissism, when narcissists face powerlessness, they use their last remaining weapon, manipulating others' perceptions. He writes, narcissists need to control their environment to feel powerful, and one of the most effective ways is by undermining the victim's reputation. When you leave them, you trigger their core emotional wound, a wound they don't take lightly. To retaliate, they'll punish you by tarnishing your character in the eyes of others, attempting to destroy your reputation and convince people that you're evil or corrupt. This is another layer of their manipulation because it's based on lies. For narcissists, controlling how others see you is a way to maintain indirect power. When they can no longer access you, they turn to manipulating those around you, friends, colleagues, even family members. Their goal is to distort others' perceptions, turning you into the villain of the story they've fabricated. To achieve this, they use a variety of cunning strategies, such as spreading lies, emotionally manipulating others, building alliances, and sowing seeds of doubt. Narcissists often fabricate entirely false stories to discredit you. Their lies are carefully crafted, not only to ruin your reputation, but also to isolate you from your support network. They may portray themselves as victims, painting you as toxic or cruel, eliciting sympathy from others while driving them to turn against you. Simultaneously, they'll work to recruit people into their camp, creating a group of allies where you become the collective target of criticism and exclusion. One of their most effective tactics is sowing doubt through vague comments or half-truths, such as, "I'm not sure what her real intentions are. Do you think he's really trustworthy?" According to Dr. Sam Vaknin, a leading expert on narcissistic personality disorder, these behaviors are not random, but stem from the narcissist's psychological makeup. He explains, narcissists cannot tolerate feelings of failure or powerlessness. When their direct power is challenged, they turn to social manipulation to preserve their self-image. This allows them to avoid facing the deep psychological wounds within themselves. The narcissist smear campaign can inflict deep emotional wounds, especially when you're in the early stages of healing. Every lie, every fabricated story feels like a dagger piercing your heart, leaving you in pain, despair, and mistrust of those around you. Enduring these wounds is never easy. But stay strong. This is the time to focus on your healing and recovery more than ever. Surround yourself with people who genuinely love and support you. They will be your anchor through the storm. Over time, you will grow stronger and more resilient. The lies and dirty tactics of the narcissist will lose their power to hurt you. You'll become immune to the negativity, walking confidently on your own path. They flaunt the new supply. The new supply. This is the ace up the sleeve that narcissists always keep ready to reveal when needed. To them, this supply isn't merely a new relationship or a new person. It is the core of their existence, akin to blood for a vampire. They cannot survive without it because supply is where they draw attention, affection, and validation to sustain their sense of power and self-worth. What's notable, however, is that instead of quietly enjoying the feast of their new supply, they often deliberately flaunt it in front of you. When a narcissist does this, their true goal isn't happiness or love. It's a meticulously staged performance directed at you, the person who once occupied the center of their attention. They aim to provoke you, to elicit a reaction. They find pleasure in seeing you jealous, hurt, angry, or feeling diminished. Your negative emotions are proof to them that they still hold power over you, that their influence hasn't entirely faded. The narcissist wants you to believe they've found perfect happiness with someone new that you've lost in their game. But the reality is often far more bitter. As one victim shared, my ex-narcissist found a new supply, but it wasn't long before he started smearing her and circling back to feed off me again. Turns out, they didn't get the happily ever after he pretended they had. This rings true. Narcissists always perform a flawless act in front of you, crafting a facade of a life brimming with happiness and love. Yet behind that mask lies an empty person, plagued by insecurity and inner turmoil. They cannot sustain long-term happiness because they lack the ability to genuinely love or care for anyone, even themselves. Dr. Ramani Durvasula, a psychologist specializing in narcissistic personality disorder, once remarked, "A narcissist's new relationship isn't a fresh start, but a repetition of their toxic cycle. They continue to seek control, attention, and emotional supply, but never truly form a deep connection. The new supply isn't someone lucky enough to step into their life. They are simply the next victim in the narcissist's cycle of abuse." At first, the narcissist will flaunt an idealized image to impress the new person and those around them, but as the novelty fades, they revert to their true nature, a person who needs to manipulate and devalue others to feel validated. Narcissists are never truly happy, not because they can't find the perfect person, but because they are incapable of bringing happiness to anyone, including themselves. They live in a vortex of emptiness, perpetually feeling unfulfilled, always craving new supply to fill the void within. What you need to do. When a narcissist realizes you are determined to leave, that the separation is inevitable, they won't let go easily. Their tricks, schemes, even threats, or emotional manipulation will persist as a final attempt to cling to their power. However, at this moment, the most important thing for you to do is not to engage with them, but to focus on yourself. Be indifferent to their schemes, words, or actions. Don't dwell on what they think, what they do, or how they try to twist the truth. Your life is no longer under their control. This is your story, and you are the sole central character who deserves attention. The narcissist will try to shake your resolve, but remember that you've made the right decision and don't need their approval or anyone else's. Instead of allowing your time and energy to be drained by their machinations, channel it into healing yourself. Focus on nurturing your soul, discovering what makes you happy, and building the life you deserve. The wounds from a relationship with a narcissist can be deep, but returning to yourself is the most powerful way to move forward. A narcissist will not change, no matter how much effort you put in. They've chosen their way of life, and the deep-seated issues in their psyche are not something you can fix. Don't waste time trying to understand why they behave this way, or hoping they'll become a better person. The only thing you can control is yourself. your emotions, your thoughts, and your future. You also don't need to clear your name or prove your truth to anyone. The narcissist might attempt to distort the story, painting a false picture of you to others, but that doesn't matter. Those who truly know you will see your genuine self. Let people draw their own conclusions and make their own choices. The most important thing is that you know who you are and understand that you deserve better. Move forward with determination and resolve, for your future does not belong to the past. Every step you take forward is a testament to your strength, showing that you've emerged from the shadows into the light. Don't look back, as what you leave behind is only a lesson, not a burden. A bright future awaits you, a life no longer hindered by manipulation, no longer bending to please someone else. You deserve freedom, joy, and healthy relationships where you are valued and loved genuinely. Let this journey mark a new chapter in your life, one where you not only survive but thrive, living fully and meaningfully. As Dr. Ramani Durvasula, an expert on narcissism, once said, walking away from a narcissistic relationship is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. It's not just about leaving them, it's about choosing to love and respect yourself. Remember, you're not just leaving the narcissist behind, you're moving closer to yourself, a stronger, freer version of you, one who is deserving of all the best that life has to offer. Thank you for watching this video. I hope the insights shared here have helped you better understand what goes on in the mind of a narcissist when they realize they've lost you. Remember, leaving a narcissist is never easy, but it's the right decision to protect yourself and seek true happiness. Never doubt your self-worth and trust that you deserve a healthy, respectful, and equal love. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support my channel. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts and experiences. I'll see you in the next video.